What does it mean to be responsible?
You're never too young to be a responsible and valued member of your family, or a reliable friend. Since the last video podcast, it seems that Naomi and I weren't seeing eye to eye when it came to her responsibilities. I would give her a task she had to complete before I returned home. These tasks range from small to large. But know that every task or command given by your parents should be seen as important. Some of the reasons Naomi gave for not doing these tasks on time, or why she ignored them completely, were:
I was going to do them before you got home.
Or
I forgot to do them, even though I wrote them down in my notebook.
And the notorious:
It was too late by the time I remembered, so I'll do them tomorrow.
Does this sound like some of the excuses you've told your parents? Well, guess what? You're not the only Hebrew with parents asking you to be responsible and to help with daily tasks or errands that have to be done in every household. Believe it or not, doing these things is a way of showing that you love Yah, because it is a part of keeping His commandments. Remember that you're commanded to obey your parents, and doing so will cause you to grow up in the light of Yah's glory. Let's hear from some of our nieces and nephews out there who are learning to be responsible. First up is
Teddy Johnson, Dakota, Georgia.
One of the questions we asked 4-year-old Teddy was, is it sometimes hard for you to do what your parents ask?
Yes. Sometimes I don't want to do it because I want to do my own thing.
Then we asked Teddy what his responsibilities were. What does he do for his mom and dad?
I wash the dishes, I put some soap on it and wash it and put it in the dishes and clean my room. I sweep it and I get my toys off the floor. I look both ways on the road and I didn't see no cars and I go to the trash and I take out the trash and I come back to my mama's house.
Next up is Corey, an 8-year-old living in Illinois. He keeps his household stocked with fresh drinking water.
a very important responsibility indeed.
Shalom, I'm Corey. I'm 8 years old and I live in Peoria, Illinois. At home, I am my dad's little helper. I'm his special water boy. I get to bring him waters when he's thirsty and refill the refrigerator with water bottles. My big responsibility is changing the garbage in the bathroom and the bedrooms. I clean up my messes after I eat. I throw away any trash I have and clear the table. For me, it's easy to do what my parents ask, and when I'm older, I'll keep helping my parents.
Azaria has a little sister to look after.
Hi, my name is Azaria. I'm 8 years old and I live in Dallas, Texas.
Do you clean up after yourself when you're done eating and playing and things like that?
I do clean up after myself.
Whose little helper are you around the house?
My sister, my mother, my father, and anyone who needs it.
Do you get to help around the house often? And if so, what do you do?
I do a lot. I help clean the house. I help garden. I sometimes clear out the dishwasher.
What big responsibility do your parents trust you with?
I look out for my sister.
Is it sometimes hard for you to do what your parents ask? And if so, why?
Not really.
Is there a scripture verse you know that helps you to be more responsible?
Yes, Luke 2:49. When Yeshua said, "Why were you looking for me? Didn't you know I'd be in my Father's house.
Do you think you'll continue to help your parents when you get older, if they ask? Or would you rather be doing your own thing?
Yes, if they ask. If they don't, I will be doing my own thing. And if I see they need help, I will help them.
The book of Proverbs sheds a lot of wisdom on how we are to raise our children to be responsible. And after hearing the following verse, you'll understand why your parents give you certain responsibilities.
Direct your children onto the right path, and when they are older, they will not leave it.
Proverbs 22, verse 6. Every responsibility your parents give you, either big or small, should be looked at as good practice for when you're older. These little tasks teach you how to hear and do what Yeshua says, and not later when you feel like it, such as after playtime, phone calls, computer time, and things like that. You shouldn't look at it like something that isn't fun and put it off for another time. You should make it an important thing in your life, something that you intend to get to right away, as though Yah himself was asking you to complete it. Sometimes you may feel like it takes a long time to do what's on the list, and these tasks often seem boring and unimportant, and you'd much rather be doing something else, especially if you're a tween or teenager.
Hi, my name's Asalia. I'm 12 years old and I live in Puerto Rico. Question 1. I sometimes clean up by myself, but sometimes I forget. Question 2. I'm my mom's little helper. When I'm enthusiastic, these are the things I help do. Wash the dishes, mop, vacuum, and put away the clothes. But other times, I must confess, I'm just too lazy and I don't achieve my mission to help my mom like I'd like to. Question 3. Yes, I do get to help around the house a lot. We live in the mountains, so there's always something to do. My main responsibility is taking care of our dogs. I also clean, cook, and organize. I'm a really good organizer. My mom loves that about me. Question 4. My biggest responsibility my mom trusts me with is taking care of our dogs. I have to make sure they have food, clean water, bath, clean their ears, and clean their area with their doggy poo. I cut their nails and keep track of the food in the drawer. Question 5. Yes. Sometimes it is hard for me to do what my mom asks me to do because I don't necessarily want to do what she asks me to do. Basically, it's all about timing. Question 6. I like the verse Matthew 25:21. It is written, Master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. This verse reminds me of how I need to do well, be good, and faithful in all my responsibilities. Question 7. Esther is my favorite story, so when I think of my responsibilities, I think about Esther, how she took responsibility for her people, so they wouldn't be eliminated. Question 8. Yes, I will definitely help my mom because she is the apple of my eye.
Yes, Auntie Karen understands what you're going through. As a child, you're probably going to want to only do things children love to do. But the 5th commandment was written in stone by Yah's own finger for a reason. In order to be children of the light, you must follow Yeshua's example. He listened to and obeyed his earthly and spiritual parents.
Then he returned to Nazareth with them and was obedient to them. And his mother stored all these things in her heart. Yeshua grew in wisdom and in stature and in favor with Elohim and all the people.
Luke 2, verses 51 to 52. So, getting back to my conversation with Naomi, she eventually confessed, saying,
I chose not to do the errands you gave me because they felt like work, and I don't like to work. Also, I sometimes forget, and even though I write them down, I don't check my notebook. But my excuses are true most of the time.
I said, how about making a game out of doing responsibilities and chores? Like, why don't you see how many things you can do on your list before your favorite album is over? I too confess to Naomi that even as a grown-up, there are some chores that are just not fun. Yes, that's right. The secret is out. Parents have chores they don't like to do as well. In my case, it's laundry and grocery shopping. But listening to spiritually uplifting music and having Naomi helping out as best she can makes the chore seem easier and always gets me through it.
A lazy person is as bad as someone who destroys things.
Proverbs 18, verse 9. Being a Hebrew comes with its own big responsibility. Our biggest responsibility growing up Hebrew is to set ourselves apart. We are Yah's chosen people, set apart to bring Yah's glory to all the other nations. Yah has given us just a few little tasks to do in this lifetime, like the washing of dishes, the emptying of garbage, assisting with laundry, among many other things. These physical responsibilities help to train us for the bigger spiritual chores Yah has in store for us as a nation.
We spoke with a teenager named Kaylee who, after finding out who she was, immediately started watching her words and accents in order to follow the commandments and laws of Yah as she began a new daily walk with him.
Okay, my name is Kaylee Jones. I live in Randallstown, Maryland. Yes, because every time I feel like I'm about to do something like unrighteous or I feel like I'm about to go against the law, I catch myself. Because before, I used to say his name in vain because I was surrounded by so many people who said it. I didn't really read the Ten Commandments like that, so I always said it. But now it's to the point that I don't even say I can't say his name in vain because I know it's wrong. When I started, I caught myself, and now it's something that I don't even say it. Like, it's no longer in my vocabulary. And if I feel like I'm about to do something, or if I smell food, because I did used to eat bacon and crabs. I live in Maryland, so crabs are a huge thing here. I used to eat those all the time. And at the beginning, I used to be, every time I used to smell it, if I was at my grandparents' house, I used to be like, that was really good, but I know I shouldn't be liking that. So over time, I got better with it, and now the smell of it just disgusts me. So I feel like I have gotten better to do everything in Scripture and do the laws and commandments that I'm supposed to do.
Then those who feared Yah spoke with each other, and Yah listened to what they said. In his presence, a scroll of remembrance was written to record the names of those who feared him and always thought about the honor of his name. They will be my people, says Yah of heaven's armies. On the day when I act in judgment, they will be my own special treasure. I will spare them as a father spares an obedient child. Then you will again see the difference between the righteous and the wicked, between those who serve Elohim and those who do not.
Malachi 3, verses 16 to 18. Well, that's it for our episode. Shalom to my nieces and nephews scattered among the nations. Much love.
If you're growing up Hebrew and would like to add your voice to our next video podcast, visit our website at www.kingdomshepherds.org
Go to the video page of any Growing Up Hebrew episode and follow the instructions at the bottom of the page.
We'd love to hear from you.
Shalom.
Thank you. Goodbye.